Hey guys, this is Jason with Ray of Light Tarot. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy Tuesday night and happy tail end of the full moon in Scorpio energy that has just been amazing. Welcome to my friend Jai Gobind from Channel for Grace here on YouTube. Say hello to
Hello,
Jai.
everybody. How's it going? Thank you so much for having me here.
Jai, I just so look forward to the readings that we do together. It's such a privilege for me to do this with you. And so I really appreciate you being here and us getting to do this together. And yeah, guys, listen, if you're catching the replay and you're coming in, you want to hang around and watch some of this, and you're going to want to subscribe to Channel for Grace here on YouTube, 100%. Jai is very, very gifted reader, and when she and I read together, the energy is really on point, and it's going to resonate for those of you who are able to get readings tonight. You will get good guidance, I can tell you that. So thank you so much, Jai, for being here, and let's see. We're just going to kind of start to kick this thing off. We're doing what we normally do, which is for guidance from Spirit. You can make a love donation, and I think we're going to use Jai's PayPal, all one place tonight. So if you want to make a love donation, and we should have some moderators coming in that can help in the next awesome. You can keep an eye on the chat for when they come in. I don't know who all will be moderating. Christina Maria has been helping me on my channel. I know Danny is listed as a moderator. He said he was going to try to get in here. So whoever can come in to moderate, that'll be great. But guys, as you come in, if you would be so kind to like the video, give it a thumbs up. That helps it circulate, lets people know we're live. I did announce earlier tonight that we would be live, but I said 9 p.m. Eastern time, and it's about 10 p.m. Eastern time. So yes. We had some technical issues, as is often the case in my life, but that's okay. It's perfect timing always.
I know, right? You got to trust that part. Yeah.
And I'd also like you guys, if you would also really be so kind, just a quick side note. We're not going to be on too long tonight, max probably an hour and a half, because we love doing this for you guys, but it is very draining, and we want to give you the best that we have to offer, the best healing guidance and the best of ourselves. And in order to really do that, we have to go as long as our energy is preserved. So I think we're going to try to really keep it to about an hour and a half, which really means, I think when we get to about probably, Jai, I'm thinking about 12 people on the list might be the limit.
Okay, yeah.
Something like that. So yeah, number 11 or 12, we're going to keep it around there probably, and just see who comes in and who's able to get on the list. So Jai, what's your PayPal, if you want to just mention that? I don't know who all is in here right now, but we'll go ahead and
yeah, so the PayPal, I posted it. I'm posting it basically. I'm in the chat as you, so I'm posting it as paypal.me/Eagle Star Yoga.
Perfect.
And you can just click on it and open it up.
And so, yeah, so guys, if you want to go ahead and make a love donation to Jai and I at that link, that's the way to do it. So to just get guidance from Spirit from both of us, what we're asking for is I think what we want to do, Jai, I was thinking about it actually, probably straight across the board, $20 donation is actually probably the best idea for both of us, since it's both of us. That's I think a very fair
exchange. And we're going to do a shorter amount of time, so yeah.
Right. So a $20 donation, minimum donation, to get guidance from Spirit. You'll get to ask a question of your choice, and whatever you want to ask, really, whatever is on your mind, whatever's been on your spirit that you need guidance from, and we'll get you the best guidance that Spirit has to offer. We will pull cards. We're not giving you like, oh, we'll only pull one card each. We're going to pull what comes through. If 3 cards come out of my shuffling all at once, then you get 3 cards from me. And Jai's pretty much the same way. She's going to pull from certain decks, and whatever comes out, she's going to give you. We really trust Spirit in that way, and we trust the guidance. Okay, that's how we do it. And so just a $20 minimum donation will get you on the list, and we'll get you some guidance. And if you can't, the thing that I and Jai would agree, if you can't donate, but you have something that's really on your heart, I think the best thing to do is be here, bring good intentions, like the video, and really hang out, because Spirit will get you your guidance. I'm telling you guys, it's not about asking that question or getting that specific question in. It's about what you need, and you will get what you need. If you put that intention out and you listen, somebody's going to ask a question, and you're going to know, if you ask for that awareness, you're going to feel when the answer is for you as well.
Yes, exactly. I love that. That's a really good way to put that. And it's true, because that's how the universe works. It's like we connect in that way intuitively. If something is resonating, definitely take it as something that you need to hear in this moment.
Yeah, I think so. I think so for sure. And I think I get most of my messages that way from doing readings for other people. I will literally be reading something or channeling something from spirit for somebody. And in the middle of it, I'll go, got it. Like that was for you too, Jason. You know, like do you ever do that, Jai, where you're giving somebody a reading and you just know like, okay, that's for me as well. That message is not.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah. And so I think
it's almost like, it's like the clairaudience. It's like when you hear something that's going on, like you overhear some kind of conversation, but it's something that you really needed to hear. That's what's going on.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that that's the beauty of what we do, is that the healing can come from places you maybe don't expect. It doesn't always come in the form or in the way that you think it's going to come. And that's what is so important on a spiritual journey, is to not be attached to a particular thing, outcome, or way. That's a big lesson in my life that I've learned many times over, and I'm still learning today, is attachment to any kind of an outcome or the way you think things are supposed to be is not going to get you what you actually need. Okay, what you actually need may not be what you think you need or what you, but it's so much better, right? It's so much better when you just allow the universe to give you what you need. And that's such a it gives me goosebumps just thinking about it, because you and I were talking. It's amazing, Jai. Like when you just let go, how the abundance can then flow in again. Right?
Yeah, and it's amazing how it feels, for sure. Yeah.
It's a beautiful feeling, and I'm very grateful to be in this place. And I'm grateful for you. You've given me some similar guidance on that path recently, and it's really helped me to just, see the abundance flow right back in a beautiful way by just letting go. So guys, thank you for being here. Does anybody have anything? Are we getting...
We've got a list going. I just want to tell Danny, since he's in here moderating, and thank you for doing that. So the official decision is to have the donations be $20 minimums, just like flat across the board. So I know he just posted 15 or 20, but make sure that you guys send in 20. And if you've already sent it in, don't worry about it. We'll honor it. From now on, if you're going to sign up, just make sure it's a $20 donation to paypal.me/yoga. And let's get freaking going.
Let's do it. Okay, let's say a quick intention. Do you mind if I say a little intention?
Please do, while I burn some palo.
Yes, I'm going to also do the same thing here. So I just want to welcome in all of the beings of light who are here in human form or otherwise, and thank the universe, thank spirit, thank source energy for being here and for guiding us to give clear and direct messages to those who need guidance the most. Thank you, archangels, specifically archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel, who I consider patrons and who I know will be helping us to give that clear guidance and that healing guidance that everyone who comes in tonight. Send us the 10 or 12 people who most need that guidance tonight to get on the list, so that we can give them that healing and get that healing in return. Thank you for protecting my light, for protecting Jai's light, and for protecting the light and the well-being of all that we love, and those who come in with good intentions and high vibrations for them as well. And let's get it popping.
Woo, okay, so make sure if you've sent in a donation that you have your question ready when we call your name. I'm going to read through the list just once, but just keep an eye out, ear open for your name. And Melinda, get your question ready. You're first.
Melinda.
Yeah, we've got Melinda, Ina, I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly.
Welcome.
Margita, is that how you say it, or Margita? Sarah, Lindsay, Sherry, Ines, and Shani.
Ines, welcome.
So that's who we have on the list. Really quickly, we're going to start with Melinda and Ina, and then Margita right after that.
Okay. Cool. So guys, I will actually be pulling, as I normally do, I will actually be pulling mostly from the traditional tarot. If you request it, or I feel the need to, I might pull from Dreams of Gaia. What about you, Jai? What are you pulling from tonight?
I'm going to pull from the Sacred Rebels Oracle. Last time I used this deck with you, and it was like such powerful linking. And there's a couple of other decks I have as well. The Work Your Light Oracle, in case that's the one I use mostly when I give like soul reading.
Yeah, that's great. I love that one.
Yeah, so I have it there just in case.
Cool. All right, so Melinda is first?
What's that?
Melinda, is that who's first?
Melinda, yeah.
Oh, Belinda.
No, it's Melinda with the B.
Melinda, okay. Okay.
So please put up your question.
Thank you, Melinda, for letting us read for you.
Yes.
I've got to get situated with the software to be able to do this on my end, where we can play around with it.
Yes, yes.
I guess who I heard from today? Your sister.
Really?
I haven't talked to her in so long. Yeah, I got a message from her. I was like, whoa, Chandra Sangat.
Oh my God, that's awesome. What did she say?
Hey, I was just like, oh, wow.
Oh, that's sweet.
Wow. Good to hear from Miss Chandra Sangat.
All right, Melinda, I don't see a question yet.
Is Melinda here? Melinda?
I hope so. It would be funny if she wasn't.
Put that question up for us whenever you're able, Melinda, so we can get started. We'll give you a little bit.
And thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm putting up some emojis. Like,
thank you for being here. And thank you. Who's moderating? Danny?
We got Danny in here moderating. Thank you.
Thank you, Danny. Appreciate you.
He's the only moderator in here right now. Wow.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So you there's a different name for you here. Okay. So if you have a different name on PayPal than you do here, just say I'm blah 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 and then your question. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
let us know.
All right. So let's go find it real quick. Here we go. So she says that Scorpio moon kicked my booty. Learned a lot. Just wondering, given the recent full moon, what is my divine masculine's updated energy regarding me? Haven't spoken to him in a minute. Thank you.
Okay. Well, while we shuffle, I will just say, Melinda, that, just generally speaking, Jai and I were talking about this, and I think a lot of people acknowledge, Scorpio is all about the sign of Scorpio is all about death and rebirth. And especially as it applies to the tarot, the card for Scorpio is the death card. And if you think about the full moon in Scorpio, certainly the things that I experienced and a lot of people is a lot of releasing, a lot of letting go of things which are not serving you in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And maybe things you've resisted letting go of, but boy, does it feel good when you're really able to release things that you need to release. And I, for one, felt a weight lifted. So I would imagine that, generally speaking, your divine masculine, whether he was aware of it or not, whether he's woke or not, probably released some things that needed to be released or experience that energy. So let's see what comes through in the traditional tarot. And Jai's going to pull also from the Rebel.
This is interesting. I'm just going to go ahead and read the card that came
Go for it.
First card you got is in the world, not of the world. It's a really beautiful card. She almost looks like a mermaid coming out of the water, very free. And when you think about water energy, it can be a cleansing energy. It can also be emotional energy. And it just makes me feel like there's definitely like almost like a rebirth going on energetically. And I think that's probably the same for both of you, like Jason just said. Come to life is the next card that you get. And this is the card. I love this card because she's literally painting herself. She's going from black and white back to color, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So she's coming back to her power. And I feel like, so I really feel like these two cards really are talking about you. This is what you're going through. And then here's the crazy card, because this is more talking about your connection with your divine masculine. What you want wants you. That's what the card says.
And you can know that always. That's just the way it works. The source energy with so you don't need to question. Even if someone outside of you tries to make you question, you know what you know. Let go of it, but that's the truth.
And it might, you know what I mean? This like what you want wants you. It could be, sometimes we don't really know what we're asking for because we don't recognize it. It's like, so try to connect with, like, energetically, what are you putting out there towards him? What is your intention going out to him? And what are you wanting from him?
Right. And so what Jai, I think what you're saying, Jai, and you're so right, is if you're putting out an energy on any level, in any way, consciously, subconsciously, of confusion, doubt, uncertainty, that's what you want wanting you when you get that back from your divine masculine. I think you referred to him as the divine masculine. When you get that back, it's literally you want what you want wanting you. You, in a sense, are putting that out on some level, potentially. So just be aware. I love that the traditional tarot, the Four of Wands, and that is such a beautiful card, given the energy that we're coming, like I said, on the tail end of strength and judgment. Two majors came out, and the magician's behind the Four of Wands. I love this. I did a reading today. Two cards. It wasn't these two cards, but it was a similar feeling. This feels magical to me, not just with the magician, but both of these together, very magical. And this is the divine masculine in manifested, right? This is the manifestation of the divine masculine here, that magician energy. And so there's an ability for this person right now, having had sort of this awareness coming in, this awakening from maybe a sleep-like state to finding balance, awakening to their power. And as it's interesting here, because as the divine feminine within balances the divine masculine within, as she even tames the divine masculine a little bit, that actually allows the divine masculine to come into his power as the overseer.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? That is what allows him to come into his power. And that has some heavy undertones and some serious ones, but it's true. It's really true. So just be aware of that. But I think that's what's happening here. I think that's what's happening.
It feels very positive. Like, it feels very exciting.
Yes. Very magical too. Very magical. Just very magical. And maybe in a quiet way. I'm not talking about big declarations being made in the 3D or, you know, or the need for that, Melinda. I don't think that's what this is about. I think this is something that you just feel. You just know and you just feel, right? That's really the most important thing. And that's what happens first. That's the seed. Okay? That's the seed. So, nice.
Cool. Love that. So, Ina, or Ina, is that her name? Or Ina? I-N-A is her name. She says you can pronounce her name. Ina? Okay. Thank you, Ina.
Yeah, I know. I think it's Ina.
Ina, yeah. She says she's your friend and you know how to pronounce her name. Okay. She says, are my twin coming into union this year? Are there blocks? I guess, are we on the same path? She's an Aquarius, he's Sagittarius.
Okay. All right, Ina, let's see what's up.
So coming into union, any blocks, or like, are they on the same? Are they in alignment? Like, are they
going to come into union, or are they? I feel okay. Well, the Two of Wands just kind of flew out when I started to shuffle, so I'm just going to mention that. Let me see what else comes out. And when the Two of Wands coming out like that, I definitely feel like some major choices are going to be made this year, as opposed to next year or later. This is the year of some major choices and some real choosing paths. Does that mean automatically that you're going to be in union or anything that union represents for you? No, not necessarily, but it's a good sign. Let's see. I do feel a lot of passion, awakening of passion. And healing. This person may need some time though, because the Four of Swords for me, yes, it's a card of healing, but it's really a card about really resting. You know, this person is in repose, and that's how they're able to heal and to sort of regain not only their strength, but regain their will to do these things like choose a path or make a decision about something. There's been some deception here with the Seven of Swords. And I can't wait to see what cards Jai gets to sort of confirm some of these things. But there's been some deception here with the Seven of Swords, and there's a need to come out of that. And that's what's happening with the Star card. I feel like that's healing a lot of things. It's not just that Four of Swords, that recuperation, the Star, that transformation taking place here. That is the card of Aquarius, by the way. I think you mentioned Aquarius energy in the question. But yeah, there's a real transformation here, and probably some wishes coming true this year. That's what that feels like. But there's a coming out of deception, or maybe a need to get real honest with yourselves, both of you, to be really honest with yourselves first and foremost. I don't think this is about, this isn't like Jerry Springer drama deception. This is this is the deep stuff, right? The lies we tell ourselves, the things that we need to come to a real come to Jesus moment, and like really get honest about the things that we within ourselves have been maybe not so real or honest about, even if it has to do with this connection. There's things that you have to face in order for this real, true spiritual transformation to not only take place, but to bring you to completion in what it's trying to do for you, which is always the best thing.
Mm-hmm. The cards that you got for me are, this first card is going against the grain. It's interesting. She's like swimming. It's a really cool card. She's like swimming, but it's almost like she's going against the current. So there's what that tells me is that there's a little bit of friction that needs to be like figured out. There's something really powerful that's like backing this whole energy. So legacy of light, it's like going from the darkness into the light. It's like this moving up in, like in the ascension process, light getting stronger or light getting brighter energy that's kind of popping up here. And then I see you brought up the 7 of Swords, right? The deception thing. So in this card, it says defend to the end the worthwhile. And she's got tears coming down her face. And there's also the owl, which is like her intuition. So she's literally like having to be in a place of releasing, letting go of any heartbreak from the past, and then knowing where she stands. So I think, yeah.
And so it also begs the question to me, what is it? What is it for you that's worthwhile that you need to defend to the end? What is it in this thing you're asking about? What is worthwhile? Is it the connection? Is it your integrity? Is it your boundaries? Is it the friendship the two of you have? Is the friendship the most important thing? Whatever it is that you realize is worthwhile, there's something that's got to be salvaged here first and foremost to allow the rest to happen or to not happen for the highest good. Okay.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So there is a little bit of friction, but I do feel like it's going to become something really beautiful. However, there is some healing that needs to be done. Like it still needs some healing. Some clearing energy, like, because the tears to me symbolize the letting go, the surrendering, the releasing. Sometimes that surrender is coming to the realization that what you want is not really the best thing for you.
Yeah, that's coming through. I have to say that's coming through really strong. And I want to just say, I know at the bottom of the deck here, I've got the Empress card for you. And the thing that I'm noticing, when you're a reader, you start to realize a card can come out 10 times and mean 10 different things every time it comes out. What's standing out about the Empress to me for you right now is, the Empress is abundant. She's nurturing. She's beautiful. She's got all these beautiful gifts, but you've got that crown of 11 stars. The number 11 for you is for you. That union is union with yourself. Okay. The twin stuff, it's beautiful, but really what a twin journey is about is the mirror it holds up to us, because they're just a soulmate can be a perfect match, whereas a twin is a perfect mirror. And so look here, you've got the green heart there in that stone by the chair. That's what's coming out for me, is that this is about your heart chakra healing. This whole transformation is about your heart chakra healing. And the heart chakra healing is that connection. There's one connection in your life that's set in stone. One, it's your connection to source. That's the only connection in your life that is set in stone. And it's right here depicted in this green heart. See that? That's it. That's what's set in stone in your life. And that is the building block for every other connection, including this twin soul journey, your connection to source and your heart chakra's healing. So that's going to be the focus of this transformation for you. And it can definitely lead to union this year. Sure. It can lead to union tomorrow if the healing were done, right? It's about the healing though, not about the union.
Beautiful. So Margita, sorry if I'm misspelling or mispronouncing your name, but you are next. So please put up your question. Let me read you the whole list. After Margita, we have Sarah, Lindsay, Sherry, Ines, Sweet Tooth, or Shani, Nicole, Lisa, Heather, and then Christina. And that's our 12.
Nice. So we're closing it out, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Closing the list, guys. Thank you so much. And please,
yeah, that was fast.
Yeah, even if you can't get a question in, I really hope you guys will stay and hear what comes through for everyone else, because there's definitely some healing there in that information and messages from spirit.
Totally.
We are on. Who are we on?
We are on Margita or Margita.
Beautiful. I feel like it's a really interesting time. I feel like I don't know for you guys, but there's just a continual release right now. And I'm definitely in a receptive energy. You know, I'm very open and receptive, but I feel that I'm still releasing so much. A lot of anxiety and things that I built up is just releasing. So if you need, like maybe the banded amethyst, I use banded amethyst, anything to just release, absorb that tension, that anxiety that had built up. For me, it was probably 6 months of it that had built up, but really just it's time. This is a real time right now. I saw it coming in April really clearly, and it's here. This time of releasing and being, so you can be receptive to what's coming, because this is the summer for abundance, union, and I mean you coming into union with yourself.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's so true. I mean, there's like so much happening, like
so much
huge shifts for me.
I was finally able to start writing again, Jai.
Oh my God.
I haven't been able to write. I was finally able to start writing again. Like, oh, thank you, Spirit. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. But I'm gonna while we're waiting for Margita's question, I'm gonna put up the list so you guys know when you're going next, so we don't catch you off guard.
Yeah. And try to have your questions ready. And you can just copy and paste it, or cut and paste it, so that you can paste it and send when it's time. Margita.
Tall women, I love it.
Never want to say goodbye.
The list is posted, you guys.
Nice.
We'll hear from Margita soon. Then Sarah, make sure you have your question ready, okay?
Yeah, what we can do, if you want, let's go ahead and if we haven't heard anything from her, we could move on to Sarah now. And Margita, if you're having trouble getting your question up, we'll just come back to you. We can try coming back to you after Sarah. That way we can keep
the flow going. Sarah just posted, so let's.
Okay, we'll do Sarah.
Okay. She says, "Hi, Jai. I know he loves me. I know he misses me. Do you see a lasting reconciliation in our future? I'm stronger than ever, happy and at peace with or without him." Okay.
What did she say? What was the first part? Read that.
She said, "I know he loves me. I know he misses me. Do you see a lasting reconciliation in our future? Okay, she is stronger than ever, happy and at peace with or without him."
Great. Good for you. Good for you. Way to be, Sarah. Way to be.
It's interesting. Let me show you the cards that you got from here. You got Be the Hunter, not the Hunted. And there's this like really powerful owl. It's just like, let your intuition be your guide. There's nothing stronger than like a big fat owl to tell you that, right? But being the hunter and not the hunted is being in your power, which this shows me that you are stepping into your power and you do know like how to, for example, take care of yourself. And what's going on is that you've been restoring and replenishing yourself. So if there ends up being, you know, this reconciliation, which I'm not getting exactly a yes or a no in the cards, I just know that if there ends up being a reconciliation, you also got that the sign to the end, the worthwhile. So it'll be your decision You know what I mean? It'll be like your decision to make whether you're going to approach it or not, or like move forward with it or not. And the one thing that I would say is if it does kind of show up in the future and it comes to you and it presents itself, you, since you are like being feeling better, being in yourself, like being stronger, like stepping into your power, then it'll be up to you to decide whether it's worth, you know what I mean? It's like you'll have to look at it, you'll have to gauge it. That's what I'm feeling like. It's your decision. It's not going to be um whether he wants it or not. Do you know what I mean? Like it's going to be if it's going to serve you, and you'll know. I feel like you'll definitely know.
Yeah. It all, yeah, and I think I'm learning about this stuff too. You're referring, Sarah, to sort of a twin soul type journey. With that, you've got the world card here, and that's to me, that's you in this cycle. That's you. That's not you both, but that's you. And it's not to say that your divine partner wouldn't be there. I think they absolutely would be there with you. But it's really what this says to me with the world coming out is it really is, and that's pretty much what Jai was saying, just in a different way. I'm saying it in sort of a different way. It's about you, like. And I've read this, that it's not about two people agreeing to do something or two people coming to the same place. All it takes is one of you stepping into this place of complete and utter surrender to spirit, complete and utter surrender to source. And when one of you does that, the other one will step into that too. If it's a twin soul, I mean, if that's what it is, if that's what this is and is destined to be. If it's not, then it won't matter anyway. But that's the idea, is if you can step into this, the world is the completion of, and it's that cycle that's the victory. Right? This in tarot, this is the new earth, right? This is that last part of the major arcana, the world. It's the new earth. It's where we're all ascending to. And that's what, for you two, you're helping happen as you come into, well, for twin souls in general, as they come into union, they're helping raise that vibration here and get on their mission. This is for you something very special though. And the 10 of Pentacles is here. What's leading to it is strength. Again, I'm getting this a lot right off the bat for people who are mentioning twin souls. Strength. That's balancing, and really trying to. When I say balancing all the time with the strength card, it's because look, the divine feminine is there trying to close the mouth of that lion. That is literally needing to find balance in the feminine and the masculine. That energy's got to come into balance in some way, whatever it takes to bring those energies into balance. And you know when those energies are in balance. Things happen to signal to you that those energies are in balance. Like Jai, you know this. Like you wake up at 7 a.m. when the sun's just come up to walk out your front door to get coffee, and there's an owl standing in the street staring at you. Like,
right?
Like that day I had, that's a signal that like your divine feminine is right there. You will find signs that just resonate right away. Whoa, okay.
Yeah, well, that's your intuition being strong. So basically, it's like the message says, if it's worthwhile, you'll know.
Yeah.
That's the message. Like,
you just know.
Right now, you are like taking care of yourself. You're replenishing, you're restoring, you're replenishing. So because you're doing this, your intuition is getting stronger.
That's a beautiful.
Yeah.
That's such a self-care card with that woman sort of curled up in that fetal position.
Yes.
What is she, inside of a flower? That's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, yeah, this is definitely like resting.
Resting, growing, healing.
Restoring.
Like things a fetus does in utero.
Right. Exactly. Dude. So we haven't heard from Margita yet. So we're just going to keep going until we hear from her. Lindsay is next. If you have your question, please put it up.
Oh, and guys, just a side note. No, I have nothing against Leos. Just so you know, I just accidentally skipped Leo today. I don't know why I went from Cancer to Virgo when I did my soulmate readings today. I will be doing Leo probably tomorrow. And I'm so sorry to all of you Leos out there. I do not have anything against Leos. My Venus is in Leo. My mother is Leo. No, I have nothing against Leos. I mean, some Leos, but no, generally speaking, no, I don't. I think Leos are amazing people, and it was just an oversight. That's all, I promise.
I did that on Monday with Sagittarius. I just totally.
Oh, did you? I know people get sensitive about that stuff.
That's
People
funny.
get sensitive about that stuff. They're like, hey, why don't you like Leos?
Yeah, right. Oh my God. Danny just reminded me because I got the self-care card. We're actually, so every week we do the Conversations with Spirit podcast. And this week we're actually going to talk about self-care for light workers. If anybody's interested in watching that, it's going to be on his channel this week. So you follow him right there, Northern Comfort Tarot.
Great. Yeah, everybody follow Danny. Danny's awesome, and he's really, really, you know, on his path. And so he's definitely somebody to follow. What is it? Northern Comfort Tarot?
Yep.
Is that? Yeah.
Yeah. And we got Lindsay's question. So there's Lindsay's question. What is the most important thing for me to know about my relationship with my Taurus right now? Thank you so much, Jai and Jason.
You're welcome, Lindsay. Thank you. What does Lindsay need to know about her relationship with her Taurus? Wow, 10 of Pentacles, Lindsay. Abundance, man. Abundance. 2 of Cups. So I'm going to start over here.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Lindsay, right off the bat, I want to tell you this is the Emperor card. And the Emperor is facing here out, looking out over his empire. Okay, this is the card of Aries. And that Aries energy, that Ram energy, it's all about just, you know, being in charge and being, you know, in your power. This is about being in your power. This is like, to me, this is like the earthly 3D manifestation of an ascended master, someone who's strong and just in charge of everything by sort of, you're in charge and you're in your power, but it's by sort of being benevolent. This is not the type of thing. I don't think this is an energy for you of someone who, you know, takes advantage of that power. It's about wielding that power with real benevolence and being a really good, kind, giving person. You've got the 10 of Pentacles for this connection, the 2 of Cups, and the 3 of Pentacles. So you're right here. It's all right here as far as these cards show, and it's about building on a foundation that's already been established and recognizing the value here. The 10 of Pentacles, there's so much abundance in certain connections right now, and what you two can do together as a team if you are in the right place, the right vibration, spiritually in the right place, and willing to make the effort. You guys have the ability to do some amazing things. This journey, this twin soul journey, is a phenomenon right now. People all over the world are waking up to it. So naturally, as a result of that, people who are twin souls coming into union and taking advantage of their power and gifts to help people is also going to help themselves and bring about a lot of abundance financially and otherwise into their lives, whether it's through writing books together, starting a series, whatever it is. This universe wants you guys to come in union, but also wants you to know it. There are advantages to it here that have to do with abundance in your life, and just be aware of that, because with the Emperor here and that 10 of Pentacles, to me, it's about sort of striking and taking advantage. You have to step into that energy. The Taurus will come along. If you're the one who's sort of leading the awakening charge, step into it. Just go do your mission, step into it, go on your path. Don't wait for anybody. Don't whistle back. They'll come. Don't even be whistling. You don't even got to holler.
You got the spirals of manifestation. So it's like right now the energy is like really ripe for you to manifest, to create, and the 10 of Pentacles kind of reflects this energy. These two are like saying you've got this energy that's following you right now, or like it's activated within you, and so you can manifest whatever it is that you want. And then you got shock of the new. So I feel like something new is coming that's going to make you feel like, whoa, where did that come from? You know, like it's going to be something like really exciting. And, you know, since you asked this question about, you know, what do I need to know right now between me and my Taurus, maybe some new information is going to come through, or your relationship is going to be taken to like a whole new level. But I definitely feel like this card is really like the key card in this reading, where you are right now in this energy, this vortex of manifestation. And so any ideas that are coming to you, you need to like go with it. You know? Yeah.
Let me just say, I have to say this because it's coming through for me really strong. Yes. As you were holding up the second card, Lindsay, be aware of not only like Jai said, the ideas that are coming to you, but be aware of releasing any preconceived ideas that you've carried with you from the past into this, because I feel like you've got your crown chakra is about to be hit with like, this, like it's the Ace of Swords, a whole new way of thinking, a whole new way of looking at things, a whole new belief system. So you got to be open to that, for that to be able to come in. And so you've got to release any ideas you have about the way things work or the way you're supposed to do things or anything like that to bring this abundance. And I feel like it's right here for you, but you got to be open-minded to this. I don't know what it is, but it's something new that you're going to be like, wow, I never saw things this way.
Beautiful. All right. So it wasn't Margita, it was Margarita, because she just posted her question.
Okay.
Get back to her. So she says she traveled to Nepal in February and had an intense dream while in the Himalayas. She wants clarification about the message behind the dream.
Wow, I bet that was beautiful too.
And you're welcome, Lindsay. I hope that resonated with you. Her dream. I'm excited about this. So you got every journey starts with a single step. This is a person that like has her, it's funny because she's like traveling. She has her bags like packed, her luggage packed, and she's ready to go on a journey. And what this card brings a message of is you are now embarking on a new journey, and all you have to do to get it going is to take that first step. Stop hesitating. Stop being scared. I mean, sometimes we have to be scared and we have to do what we need to do, even though we're scared. That's called courage. So you need to step into your courage and take that first step, because what you want also wants you. This is the law of attraction. Once you take that first step, this quote is coming to me that I love from one of my favorite teachers. It's like when you take one step towards your teacher, your guru, like your guru takes 1,000 steps towards you. And that's literally what I'm seeing in this message. It's like you need to take that first step, and then what you want is going to come towards you even faster.
Like a magnet. Yeah. And it's like the cowardly lion in The Wizard of Oz. The cowardly lion, the one thing the cowardly lion needed or wanted was courage. He didn't want to be the coward anymore, right? He didn't want to be a coward, but he wasn't a coward. It was the way he was seeing himself. You've got the Ace of Swords here, the Ace of Swords on this side with the eagle flying and that beautiful whatever that is. This is like, it's kind of like, it's like freedom, that freedom coming into, but it's also like I was just talking about with Lindsay, it's that freedom that comes from really opening your mind to the ideas that things might not be the way you had fixed that they were. And as you do that, you're going to be walking a really special path of your own down towards some real emotional fulfillment manifestations, and that connection to spirit is going to be huge. And just try not to be too defensive. Sometimes we can be fighting off the very thing that we need to be letting in. That's human nature. That's where the mind, we get out of our heart space and into our head space too much. There's something here that requires you to really open your mind and not be afraid. So that's,
love that.
Yeah, about stepping into a belief that freedom exists in, so maybe freedom exists in the unknown, not in the things that you think it exists in. You know, sometimes the freedom and that happiness actually exists in the thing you're afraid to explore, or you're kind of need to be a little more courageous in stepping into. Okay.
Get out of here. She says she dreamt of a guru coming to her.
Whoa. Taking 1,000 steps toward her.
Holy shit, dude.
That's awesome.
What?
It's those moments, man. It's those moments where
I know
all your doubts. You like wrote down a list of all the reasons to doubt something, and then it's like, bam. Silly child, stop doubting.
Oh my God, that's awesome. I just love that.
It's amazing.
Cool.
We're living in very amazing times, you guys.
So Sherry is next. Sherry, please put up your question. And then we've got Ines, Shani, Nicole, Lisa, Heather, and Christina. I'll post that again. But wow, that's crazy.
I love it. It's not crazy. It's so the way it is. Like you focus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says that's like seeing a naked Indian in your dreams. Oh,
no, it's not. Danny, no. That's not what it's like, Danny.
What in the world?
Danny, you are so crazy. I love it. Naked Indian in your dreams. Danny.
As your guide, he says.
As your guide, yeah.
Oh my God. So we're waiting for Sherry's question.
Sherry Bowberry. Is this Sherry who I have a reading with later?
I'm not sure.
I have a reading with a Sherry in a little while. Either tonight or tomorrow, depending on how she's available. Ooh. These cards are tripping me out tonight.
Here's her question. Me and my divine masculine. Whoa. Okay, me and my divine masculine are both stuck in unhealthy karmic relationships. How do you see this, how this could come out for everyone involved's highest good? What does this mean in my next step in our future? No communication right now.
Okay, I can say, I'm not pulling cards yet, but now I am. So I would say, I'm on a twin journey. I understand what you're talking about. And when you one or both of you has a karmic partner that you're with, I think the best thing you can do is to exercise integrity in the connection as best as possible. Respect the karmic partner and their role in that person's life, just like their role in your life or yours in your life. But respect their karmic partner as well, and really be grateful that they have that person in their life to love them and to teach them lessons that they're learning and to be there and be a family with, because you can't be there right now anyway, for whatever reason. And I think the best thing is to be their friend and try not to pressure the situation. But the guidance from Spirit is a little different maybe, or a little similar, but that's what I've gleaned from my own twin experience. Divine timing is not divine until it's time. And what I mean by that is, if you're not in union yet, or there's karmic partners, you're not supposed to try to be. Like, it's not going to work. Like, you just can't try to make, it's going to be a square peg, round hole, or whatever, however that saying goes. It's just not going to fit until it's time for it to fit.
Yeah.
The love may be amazing, and that connection obviously is amazing. You may be able to read each other's mind, right? Literally, like you probably can. I've been there. But yeah, it's just not time. And I see you've got a lot of worry about this. I can see you're really stressing about this situation. That's not going to help it though. So try to get yourself into a vibe. Whenever you feel yourself worrying like this, which is represented by the 9 of Swords, when you feel yourself getting into this vibration, try to remember that this will actually block you being receptive to the things you need to be receptive to. And so you want to try and shift your focus when you feel this way, that kind of worry. That's not going to help the connection. The connection is not going to get stronger or weakened, but it's not going to help it go where it needs to go if you're just worrying. So just try to shift the focus inward to your own healing, your own path, the things that make you happy outside of that connection. I know it's hard when the connection is so strong and you don't understand and it's confusing, right? It can make you a spaz when you've never been before in any relationship. You're like, what is this? But it's not going to help anything. So just remember that. The Hermit, yeah, go within, spend a lot of time doing that inner work. It's that inner moral inventory, that inner inventory of self, and the places where maybe you're not being completely honest with yourself. The karmic partners, all of those other things will fall away and go do their thing when the time is right, if it's meant to be. But put the work into yourself, and you're not going to be given more than you can handle. And what you do put the work into is going to pay off right away. You're going to see results right away if you're putting work into what you're supposed to be putting work into. Trust me, if you're awakened and you're putting the work in where you're supposed to put it, you will see the results right away. Like right away. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing it in my life. Like, it's amazing. So take it.
So you got the Mirror card. So right now, this is kind of like very clearly showing that, like, the fact that the situation is the way it is, and that you know the information that you know is teaching you something. Everyone who's playing a part or a role in this like dynamic that's going on right now is in the learning process. Just like Jason said, you can't like force it. You have to let it play out. it's interesting because, and I keep, and I'm curious because I hear a lot of situations start like this. Okay. So I was with my ex partner, the last partner I was with when I actually met the one I'm with now, who I was like fully supposed to be with. I didn't know that obviously at the time. But then when it became clear, I had to make that decision to basically completely like end what was left and begin something new. But all of it was part of this learning circle that needed to happen. So there's a reason why that you have a connection with this person that's actually in a relationship with someone else. Like something about that is going to teach you something very powerful. And the card that you get here is Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So what's going on right now is helping you to unbind yourself from the past. So this is a healing process that needs to happen. And it's happening for a reason. The mantra from this card is unbound, unbound, forever unbound. So if you want to start working on accelerating that process and stepping into more healing space with it, so you can move through whatever karmic thing is going on and then step out of that karmic cycle, is say that mantra to yourself. Unbound, unbound, forever unbound, 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 forever unbound. Just keep repeating that to yourself. You can like step out of it, like free yourself from it. And if you're in a karmic relationship, there's nothing you can do about him being in a karmic relationship or an unhealthy or a toxic one, right? But if you're in a toxic relationship, you can leave.
Yeah, right.
Like,
exactly.
If you know that it's not working and it's like something, it's almost like, why are you in a toxic relationship right now if you don't have to be in it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Jai, and I want to say real quick to her, if that's a twin journey, which she was talking about, then if you're both in karmic relationships, whether toxic or not, if you're both in karmic relationships, when one of you makes a change and releases something, the other does too. It mirrors. If it's a twin journey, it's going to mirror. So you can be the one to lead that happening if you want. If that's what you want to see happening, make the change. Somebody's got to have courage and make changes, right? Like I know if I'm on a twin journey and there are things in my life that I'm not releasing because I'm scared of the change, then I'm going to have a mirror in my twin. They're going to have things in their life that they're not releasing because they're scared of a change or a certain mindset.
Good point. Yeah.
It mirrors. And I realize in my life, all the things I've got that I hold on to, right? And so you've got things that you're holding on to.
It's the mirror card. This
you know
what I mean? This is the card. It's like you're both doing the same thing. And until you like fully, release it or whatever, you won't connect.
The energy's got to move up together.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to pull it there. Somebody's got to do that, or you're going to stay where you are.
Mm-hmm. And that's not easy. It's easier said than done, of course.
And Jai, you just mentioned, I think I love your story. And that's why I think I really appreciated Don's advice, being in the situation he was in for so much time, where he was kind of waiting for you to get out of something and recognize what you had for what it was with him, maybe. And it's hard. You're in something else, and there are reasons to stay sometimes. Good reasons to stay for a while. I have so much compassion for what you've been through, but and I know it was painful. I know
the physical separation was easy. It was the emotional and the energetic separation that was the hard part.
Right. That is the hard part.
That's the
physical is nothing. That's
right?
nothing.
Right.
That is easy, right? It's not hard to be physically separated from somebody. It's when things are emotionally emotional. It's the emotional when you feel the disconnection. Woo. It gets cold real quick.
Yeah.
And that's painful. So I really but look where you are today, though. That's what's amazing, guys. Like she can tell you, she has the full circle. She has the peripheral vision, the full circle vision of everything now from where she sits.
Right.
To be able to the journey is worth it. So.
So Ines, you're next. So please put up your question, and then we've got Shani, Nicole, Lisa, Heather, and Christina.
Hey Ines, hope you're doing well.
Okay. Yeah. This
Inez?
week, after a crazy experience post full moon, I got inspired with, rather downloaded a new script idea, a love story. My plan is to write and direct it. Will this happen? Will it be made?
Love that. Good luck with that too, Inez. What's the guidance on this script that Inez is writing? What's the outlook and the guidance? I feel like you're going to be doing a lot of writing at night. Don't resist that. If you're trying to sleep and you're having a little trouble sleeping and you're feeling cold to write, please, Inez, get up and write. You definitely, especially at night. I don't know why. But also, don't beat yourself up if it's not coming. If the creativity isn't flowing, don't be like janky about it. You know, don't be hard on yourself about it. Definitely, that writing at night is going to be good. The moon card is coming out for you, and I feel like with what you do and what you've got going on, it's almost like, you know, the moon represents your intuition, secrets, things that are kind of hidden below the surface, the unseen. A lot of times the moon card for me in a love reading can represent somebody that has really strong feelings for you, but isn't really telling you that or isn't open about it. I feel like with what you're doing, just like with anything, it's sometimes good to kind of plan in secret. So make sure that whatever you're doing with this writing, yes, obviously with what you do, you kind of have to market that. So you have to sell your idea even before the story's maybe complete. But downplay it a little bit. I think the time for downplaying it is there, even with like interested parties. So I don't know why that's coming through, but downplay it a little bit for now.
Because you're getting the big bold vision card, and then you're also getting the defend to the end, the worthwhile. So I was going to say something about, it's a big idea. It has like the potential to be something huge. Right? It's a big bold vision, but I feel like at some point you're going to have to like defend the idea a little bit. That's like the process. You're gonna have to like sort of sell it, like you just said, which is interesting, but go ahead.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jai. I think there's somebody who's like, I don't know what that's about, but I think there's
Me
like
either,
this,
yeah.
there's like this need, like there's going to be this pressure to like go back and revise something, it feels like, and I don't know why that's even necessary to talk about, but there's, with the Queen of Swords here, that energy of like cutting things out that aren't serving you. And I've got this.
The Queen of Swords reminds me of editing.
Yeah, editing, right? Like this,
yeah.
But it's like, for me, it feels like it's a pressure that you don't like. I don't know. What I was actually thinking when Jai was talking about that is with the moon and the knee cards. If you feel the need before you even finish this to write two endings or to write like a second draft or some sort of alternate to this, don't think you're crazy. Like that might not be a bad idea, and I don't really know why that is, but for some reason it might be good to have two perspective options to something about this. And you know, as a writer, we get really attached to our idea because this is our art, right? And so our idea of how it should be is really important, but don't get too attached to what's going to happen to this once it's out of your hands. And that's important, especially, I mean, anytime you're selling a manuscript, a series, whatever, you know how to do these things and get what you need made, according to your vision. But the most important thing is that the essence of the story stays the way it is to get the message out. Some of the details I don't think are that important. So try not to be too attached to the little things. Be attached to the essence. And I think it's going to do really well. You've got the outcome, 9 of Pentacles. So that's really abundant, happy. So a happy outcome. But there's a tower here at the bottom of the deck. And I'm not sure why I didn't even hold it up at first. I'm not sure why the tower is here. But there's some.
Well, but it's funny because I got this card, relax the hold of darkness and be at cause.
I wonder what.
Yeah, right. There's something about it. She just asked, will I direct it?
Maybe that's what this is. So maybe it's an energy of once you like, because I feel like the writing's going to flow for you. I don't feel like that's an issue. So maybe it's like almost like post, I don't know what you call that stage, like post-production of a movie, like the post after you've written the story, when you're doing deals about who's going to direct it into a film, or like, I know you've done like the what film festival you participated in, and as you were talking to me about. Anyway, yeah, I think all of that's on the table for you. You're the author of your life, so you get to decide this. You manifest what you want, but it's going to be a fight with somebody about something. So just be prepared for that, or change your manifestations up a little bit now if you don't want that to happen. There's going to be some struggles in this of some kind down the road.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
It's worthwhile though.
I don't. Yeah, I feel it like it being a journey. Like it's definitely like a lively journey. It's not going to be boring.
But yeah, and if it wasn't going to be successful on some level, like you wouldn't have these cards coming out that are like, there's big contention here in some way. So I feel like it's definitely going to get the potential to become something, to take on its own life, which is really cool and exciting. And I can't wait to hear about it, but it may require you to sort of it's like allowing a child to grow up when they leave the nest. There's a time, just remember, there's a time with your story where it's really not just your story anymore, and you kind of have to let it go, send it with love out into the world. And there's going to be a time you may have to do that with this thing that you write. So I don't know. I'm not trying to be vague, but I don't know. But we could go, this is like a personal reading. When we do your personal reading Sunday or Saturday, this is stuff to go into detail on.
There you go. All right, Shani, please put up your question, and then we've got Nicole, Lisa, Heather, and Christina.
Thank you, Inez. I got to get some Purium. I've got to order Purium.
Shani's question. I'm seeking clarity on who my twin is. I have confirmation that I am on the journey, but is my twin the Cancer, in parentheses, Emperor? I dream of the Emperor, and what I dream comes to pass kind of freaks me out. This is an interesting question. So I'm seeking clarity.
I'm a little thrown. Sorry, guys.
What's up?
Can you read it again, Jai?
Yes, I'll read it again. I'm seeking clarity on who my twin is. I have confirmation that I am on the journey, but is my twin the Cancer? I dream of the Emperor, and what I dream comes to pass kind of freaks me out. I'm not sure if, because she said in parentheses Emperor, that the Cancer is the Emperor that she dreams of. That's what I'm assuming. So I guess the question is my twin the Cancer?
Cancer her twin? Is the Cancer what would be labeled or defined as her twin soul? What is that energy in her life? What is that person to her? Okay. Wow. Look at this. Look what 3 cards came out. The Knight of Cups, the 4 of Wands, and the 2 of Cups. So, yeah, that's really special in your life. Obviously, you knew that, right? I mean, when energy comes out this strong, you already probably knew this, I think.
Well, she said she's like dreaming about it, and what she dreams of is becoming a reality. You know what I mean?
Well, there you go. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for that donation, my Rani, but the list is closed, and we have been posting. So,
thank you.
Yeah, thanks for that donation.
Wow.
And that was on YouTube. That donation was on YouTube.
Oh, thank you. Guys, if you're not, we're doing this on my channel, but if you're here or you're watching the replay and you're not following Jai, it's Channel for Grace. Give her a follow. She's a really, as you can see here, she's an amazing reader, and she does a lot of readings. I mean, she does.
I do a lot of stuff on my channel. Yeah, I do.
There's a lot of content.
Ceremonies. Yeah, readings, weekly readings, and then weekend reading, and then I do the monthly too as well. So I'm getting,
guys.
Oh, thank you. I'm getting that you need to like trust. This says trust your path. This card, trust your path. Um, and what it's telling me even deeper is trust your dream. Like, because this dream that you keep dreaming of that keeps like manifesting into reality, like that's a very powerful sign. Like that's a very clear sign that you are receiving like that message, and there's something powerful in that.
Especially when you're like, for me, that's a big thing. When I have a dream, a shared dream with someone else, or when I have a dream and it manifests after the fact, that's a big confirmation. You know, that's really that should overrule the little doubts in your mind.
Mm-hmm. Every journey starts with a single step is the other card that you're getting. And I think this journey is more of like you stepping into your power than you figuring out like who your twin is. For some reason, I'm feeling like it's more about you. This is about your healing. It always is, but I mean, in this specific case, I'm feeling like there's something powerful about you discovering your own power, especially this specific example of this dream that you're having that keeps manifesting. That's
I agree,
power showing itself to you.
Yeah, I think there's something in the fact that you said also, how did you word it? I can't remember, but you said, I already know I'm on a twin soul journey, but I need confirmation about who the person is. Well, that's interesting. For me, it was the opposite. Like, I didn't even know what a twin soul was until I was like going through all these weird things and trying to figure it out and researching, why does this happen? Why does that happen? Why do you have the same dreams as another person? Why can you like suddenly connect and you know things that are going on? And I stumbled upon that. I was like, oh, that's what this is. It resonated and clicked. But then it turned out, as I grew into it and realized it always was all about my journey, nobody else's. For you, same thing. I don't understand how you realized you were on the journey first of a twin soul rather than just a spiritual awakening, how you recognized it was a twin soul journey without knowing the awareness of the other soul. That's interesting to me. But similarly, it's still about you, you know?
Mm-hmm. It's true. I mean, it's true. You could be having like ascension experiences and you're awakening experiences, and you're thinking, okay, this means I'm on a twin journey, but she say she's still new to this.
Right.
So it's possible that what's going on is not necessarily saying that you're on a twin journey, although her dream was that it was like she keeps seeing this one person. So
yeah, it is interesting. But yeah, if you're having symptoms of awakening, it doesn't mean that it's because you're on a journey with a twin soul. It could just be you as a light worker are awakening to a real purpose that you've got, and it's a beautiful thing. And you know, I think labels are so unimportant. Twin souls, soulmate. You know, it's kind of like Dawn, Jai, your fiance was talking to me about this. It's not the label; it's what the connection is doing. Right? Like it's whether it's good or bad. Whether is it having a positive influence in your life or not.
Yeah.
So
well, either way, even if you got the confirmation or not, what's happening right now is very powerful. You are definitely like awakening. Your powers are awakening, and because you're new to it, like it's important to become aware of what it will sort of start to look like. We actually did an episode of Conversations with Spirit, and I mean, all the episodes pretty much kind of melt into each other, but we talked about light workers, so definitely go check that one out.
Now, do you do Conversations with Spirit on your YouTube channel on a weekly?
We do it on mine one week and then on Danny's another week. So we just alternating. This week, it's always on Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern time. And this week we're on Danny's channel, which he's in the chat. You can follow him, and when we go live, you'll get the notification.
Yeah, I got to start catching that, you guys.
Yeah. We're going to start bringing guests in as well soon. So
let me know when you need me.
Okay, Nicole is next, so you can put up your question now, Nicole. Yeah.
I am glad we kind of limited the list tonight.
Yeah, we've got Nicole, Lisa, Heather, Christina, and that's it. All right, Nicole says, my twin flame's current lie seemed to light for me. I walked away, blocked communication, not sure if he knows I'm aware, and walked away. What is his current feelings or energy towards me / the connection? Yeah, Danny, your name did come up. I was telling him that we should interview. Sorry, I just digressed. So basically, she caught her twin flame lying, and so she walked away and blocked communication. But she's not sure if he knows that she was aware and walked away. So she wants to know what is his current feelings or energy towards me and the connection.
Yeah, I mean, listen, guys, when somebody asked, I did a reading today, and one of the first question that the person asked was, is this person my twin flame? And if so, why are we apart? And it's like, I said before, it's like, well, that's kind of a symptom of a twin flame, that you're going, you read the symptoms. Long periods apart can be a symptom of it in the beginning, not in the end, but in the beginning when it's working itself out. Because it's usually they come into your life at a time when you're with another person, a karmic partner. They come into your life at an inconvenient time, but to bring you to what you need, to bring you to a place you need to get to. That's the function of it. So that's definitely not a detractor. It's actually sometimes a symptom of it, that you're in separation from the person, and it's okay. So let's see what comes through on that. Six of Pentacles over here. Whoa, thank you. Yeah, it's the same story, same script, different cast. So Six of Pentacles and Nine of Pentacles. This is about balance and generosity. The key to you getting to that place of fulfillment is coming into a place of balance that allows you to have a generosity of spirit on a regular basis. It's really simple, but it's not so simple to do and to maintain at first. As you've awakened and you're making changes in your life and growing on your path, when you come into a place of balance, which the Six of Pentacles is all about balance, you've got the scale there. You can come into a place of balance and you feel it when you're in that place, but staying there is a different thing. You can feel generosity and you can be generous, but staying there is a different thing. Staying in a place of balance, not letting anyone else's vibration around you throw yours off. You can't blame your vibration on the people you work with, or I used to say this when I first woke up. Like I think I told Jai this a few times, man, I come into work in the best high vibe, and then by about 10:30 a.m. it's like, because everyone around me is like low vibing and negative, and it doesn't matter. That's the point, is to not only be in that high vibe, but that it's not influenced by other people's negative. You've got to be in that place of balance and generosity. And as you stay in that place, that's when you're just going to look at the Ten of Pentacles, Empress, Nine of Pentacles. It's all right here. And it's all flowing in from that balance flowing out. And that's going to change everything, including your twin path.
And it's interesting that you asked about his feeling towards you and the connection. And the three cards that I got have everything to do with you.
Right, because and let me just say, that's his feelings are not, you don't need to, I think I kind of glossed over that, because you actually don't need to question his feelings. I don't need my twin to tell me how you feel. I don't need you to tell me how you feel. I know how you feel. I already know that. That's not in question. You don't need your twin. You don't need to know how your twin feels. I can tell you how your twin feels. Your twin feels the same way you feel if they're your twin. They don't, they're not your twin. And it's okay, but they feel the same way you feel. Now, does that mean it manifests the same way, that they're behaving the same way? No. One of you is representing the divine masculine and the other the divine feminine. They feel the same feelings for each other, but they don't respond the same way, especially when they're not healed.
Right.
Already, just in the basis of being feminine and masculine, you're not going to respond in the same way. And then add traumas on top of that and everything else. It's a wacky responses. Okay. But the feeling is there and it's the same. It's coming from the heart space. The threads that connect you are from the heart space, and it's the same feelings. They vibrate back and forth.
The most powerful message that you need to hear right now is that you need to trust yourself. Like you need to trust that you did the right thing by walking away. Because no, you should not keep him, you should not let him keep stringing you along, like you just said in the chat. This is even though you are connected, this is your journey. And then he has a journey too. And even though it's intricately connected, you still need to grow into your power, and whatever's happening right now is part of that journey.
And can we just say this real quick for everyone? labeling somebody in your life as a soulmate or a twin soul or anything else does not give them the divine right to treat you like shit. Nobody has that right.
Twin flame or not, soulmate or not, if it's toxic and it's not serving you and it's abusive, like just
gone. Send them love, light, and healing.
Right. The word wants to be written. This part, the message coming from it is that you need to journal right now. You need to write what you're feeling. You need to like just take a moment every day and get it out onto paper. In the hardest moments of my life, when I've done that, it'll be amazing how you'll start writing and all of a sudden your hand will take over and it'll be a message directly from your soul to you. And that's what I'm feeling very strongly. Yeah, that's happened. Literally, I've journaled pages and literally those pages have become songs.
A good song.
You know, and it's like the message came through, but if I hadn't journaled it, it would have not come through. And you need to take care of yourself. Like you get the self-care card too, restore and renew, like renew, replenish.
And that self-care card, Jai, will you hold that up for one second? When I look at that, you know what I also think of, because I was describing it like someone in utero, I also think of it as like a rebirth card. It's like you need to really be reborn into this connection. Everything about this connection almost needs a rebirth, and it has to start with what I was saying: self-care and rest and recuperation. All of that is so important here.
Trusting yourself.
And trusting yourself. And that's what trusting yourself is. When you trust yourself, that's when you start to recognize, I don't need to worry about what he feels. I know what he feels. That was the first thing my intuition opened up about, is knowing the feelings of other people around me, how much you recognize. When you're empathic, sometimes you're feeling other people's feelings and thinking they're your own, you know, you can, it's that strong. And in a twin journey, it's really feels that way. Like, is this my feeling or theirs? Because they're right there. So yeah.
Here's the thing too, because you just said, I have no doubt that walking away is the right thing. Here's the other thing. And this is where it gets like tricky and kind of messy, because if I was going to give advice or whatever to someone who is in a situation like maybe you're describing, where they had to leave the situation because something happened that was not honoring them, the fact that you're still thinking about what he's thinking is telling me that you're still connecting with him in that toxic level, because lying is not okay. That's not high vibe. That's not high vibe. That's very low vibe. And so what the reason you get these cards of like trust yourself, restore and replenish, and journal, is because you need to come to this very powerful realization that like you don't need him. You do not need him for anything. And unless you
don't, and not only do you not need him, you don't want him to need you in that way either. Even if you think you do, if part of your fear is, well, then he won't need me. You really don't want that. That's not a relationship that's healthy, and that's not actually love. Okay.
Like it's normal to be thinking about someone that you hook up with, because you know you're still feeling the emotions, but just the fact that you are still thinking about and wondering like, what is he thinking and what is he feeling? You're still energetically connecting to him in a way that is not healthy, because all the cards say you need to focus on you right now, not on him. Right. Like,
and it's okay to wonder. Like, I get to me, it's it's not the like wondering what he's thinking and feeling, but to me, it feels like what's beneath that is a fear of not having that energy coming towards you from that person. And that's where it gets unhealthy, I think, is that fear that
that's the dependency.
Yeah. That's where we listen, we all do that in times.
Right.
That's it's not, I've done it. I've done it recently. We all have a tendency to be in that energy at times when we're not living in balance. but all it takes is getting into balance and doing the work. And you can really, if you're someone who's on the right path, it's not that hard to get yourself back on track with that. So you should be okay.
These 3 things are going to help you walk away energetically. Like that's the next step. You need to walk away energetically, not just physically.
And if this person loves you and you love them, I think the best thing is friendship. Like if you can have a foundation of true friendship where it's not about like really like expecting something from them or them expecting something from you, except just true unconditional love and friendship and support. Like if you really want that person to be happy, like that's what you really want in your heart, and you want yourself to be happy, and they want the same things, that's when it can get better and easier. That heavy energy should be lifting. Nobody should be feeling guilty. Nobody should be feeling a yearning or a need for something that isn't there.
And I'm pretty sure he knows. I mean, this is what I mean. She said, I'm not going to lie. My ego just wants to know he knows I caught his lie and cut him off. And yes, you do need to let go of that because it doesn't matter. But at the same time, just based on the fact that it's mirror images, you might be already sensing what he's feeling. Like that's why trust yourself. Trust your own intuition. Like, you know what he's thinking. All you have to do is like connect with him. But do you really want to do that? Do you need to do that? No. You know? That is an ego desire that there's nothing fulfilling in that, you know? So we've got Lisa next, if you want to put a question, and thanks, Nicole.
Thank you, Nicole.
With you. We have a list going, and the list is kept. The last 3 people on the list are Lisa, Heather, and Christina.
Lisa, Heather, and Christina.
Lisa's question.
Will you read her question while I get him some water? I'm bringing you with me.
Yes. Hey, Heather. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. So Lisa says, thank you. I met a Libra male last year who found me on Instagram. We started messaging, saw each other recently, and have messaged every day since last year. We aren't communicating. Will we get back together? He found me after we met at a concert. I'm Cancer, Gemini rising. Okay, let me read that again. I met a Libra male last year who found me on Instagram. We started messaging, saw each other recently, and have messaged every day last year. We aren't communicating. Will we get back together? He found me after we met at a concert.
Okay.
So will they get back together?
What's in store for these 2? Reconciliation. Oh, but what comes next, guys? What comes next? Show me what's next. Okay. Well, so based on the cards that came out for me, what I see is a potential cyclical thing of yes, reconciliation, but also walking away. This may be there may be a cycle of that you guys are in right now, where you're coming back together and then moving away from each other. That doesn't happen just once necessarily in some of these connections. Sometimes there are, like I said, I was reading about this a while back, especially in twin soul connections. There are it's literally defined in the beginning by long periods away from each other, because usually someone's with a karmic, and they're like, even Jai, if she and Dawn, for example, are twin souls, in the beginning, they weren't together all the time. It was sort of a back and forth thing, because you were having trouble breaking free from that situation you were in. You know, you didn't want to, you didn't know if you wanted to, right? I mean, it's hard. It's confusing when someone comes into your life that you feel connected to, yet you're already really connected to somebody else that you love. The love is there, whether it's a twin soul, a karmic partner, a soulmate. Love is love, right? And so it's very difficult. And I think you have a relationship right now that's sort of defined by change, whether it's moving in toward each other, moving away from each other, and continuing that. But you do have the Four of Wands here. So there's definitely a chance to sort of move into something new together. There's 2 people here. move into a new thing, a new cycle, a new way of doing things, but that's going to require a tower to come down. So that's going to require someone to stop resisting and to stop using triggers as an excuse to walk away or to come back, because you're both walking. I feel like you're both walking away from each other, or one's walking away from the other when they're triggered emotionally and fears come up. But it's also triggering emotional triggers and fears that sometimes bring you back together as well. So it's the energy that's bringing you back together is not necessarily the best energy either. Okay. So what you really want is to get to a point here where you guys come back together because of an energy of just love, respect, and a good, being in a good alignment, right? Not from any kind of triggers of fear. So that's what I've got. Shai, what do you have there?
You got the she feels, she knows. This is like, I mean, you can see it in her eyes. You can see it in the expression of her face. It's like, it's almost like knowing exactly what you have to do, but not wanting to do it, or like knowing the answer, but not wanting to believe it. Right? It's like
we resist that tower, man. Guys, we resist that tower at all costs.
Right?
That's what brings it, is the resistance. We can run from things and run and run and run, but eventually the universe is like, bam, here it is. Can't run anymore. Sorry, scaredy cats. And we just have to let it come down.
Right?
She's got it.
So then there's a new birth coming.
Oh, nice.
Right? And this is like, it says guarded vigilantly, because this new birth it's like a delicate thing. It's like a precious thing. It's like you stepping into a new way of being, or a new power, or something that helps you to see like the value of you, or the worth of you.
And to me, that's so beautiful. And what that's so beautiful is whether that represents you coming into your own power, or if it's some kind of a soulmate, twin soul connection where you guys come back together and have a real new beginning. In either side of that, it's something that is new, and you're going to want, when you get to that point where you will guard this new thing vigilantly, it's precious, like a newborn baby, just precious and fragile. And even if it's not fragile, you treat it like it is. You know, you treat that relationship or that newfound power like glass, that you don't want to drop it and let it break. It's so precious to you. I love that. I love that.
And then the last card is releasing allegiances. So right now the work is to let go of those things that don't serve you. This is like the Tower card coming up again.
And I think also not only the Tower card coming up, but I think the Tower card comes up when you don't release allegiances. Like if you can release those allegiances, it would allow the Tower to not invade and it's coming. So.
Awesome. So we've got
one more.
Heather.
Heather
is next.
Oh, we have two more?
Heather and then Christina, and that's it.
Okay, Heather and Christina. Thank you, Heather. Whoop.
Heather Austin. I'm going to make sure there's a lot of Heathers in the chat. Okay, here we go. I met someone and had a weird physical reaction, which has never happened before. Plus, he felt familiar, but it was the first time we met. Could he be my soulmate or twin flame? Not sure if I trust my intuition yet. Well, you should definitely trust your intuition.
Yeah, trust your intuition, because ultimately,
if you had that strong of a reaction, that's a big deal.
What did you? She said she had a physical reaction.
I met someone and had a weird physical reaction, which has never happened before. Plus, he felt familiar, but it was the first time we met. Could he be my soulmate or twin flame? Not sure if I trust my intuition yet. So I guess the question would be like, what was the reaction that you had? Was it a nervous reaction? Was it anxiety? Was it fear? Was it, like, what was it? And then we can give you more of a clue as to like the meaning of it. But honestly, like, more than anybody else, your own intuition. Like you have, you know what I mean? You are the powerful being that had the message.
Yeah. And maybe however you are designed to react in a certain way, however something manifests for you, because of what it tells you. I've never experienced anything like that specifically. I know for me, the twin flame recognition just felt like a knowing of somebody. Somebody was very familiar. They felt kind of like home, like a brotherly love, like that brotherly love where you just know somebody, you feel like you've known them forever, and it feels very comfortable. like very at home, at ease. Was the recognition part, I think, in the beginning for me. I can't imagine what that feels like for someone to have like a physical reaction.
Said it felt like I got hit in the chest and all the air got sucked out of my lungs.
Wow.
That's intense.
Yeah.
And Sherry's asking if you're going to call her after.
Yes, Sherry, I will call you after. Actually, what time is it? I was going to call her. Oh, we're almost to midnight. We may have to do, I think it's a 30 minutes. So yeah, we can do it after, Sherry. I just want to make sure I'm not too drained for your reading, Sherry. So if I'm too drained, we may have to do it tomorrow, but I want to get it done as soon as possible. So either way, I'll get in touch with you.
Okay.
Got to be on point for those personal readings.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know, after we do this, sometimes you're like, so.
You guys that are asking questions in the chat, we have a list going, and we've already capped the list out. So unfortunately, there's no more room to get on the list. And it is by donation. So next time we come, make sure you guys come join us next time we do this live. And Jason does intuitive readings on his channel quite often, so I'm sure you'll get another opportunity to get your questions asked.
Yeah, I haven't done one in a couple of days. I'll probably do one maybe tomorrow night.
Cool. Okay.
I don't have a reading scheduled at a certain time. But yeah, and Jai and I do it about once a week together too. So definitely check it out. And we'll usually announce it ahead of time. I announced it the other day in one of my videos too, a couple of my videos that we were going to be on tonight.
Yeah.
All right, so we're on.
I have one more question for you, Heather. When you had that sensation, did it feel like a good getting the air sucked out of you, or did it feel like a holy crap, like this is bad, this is bad?
Well, the air getting sucked out of you, would that be good? I don't know if that's good.
I just want to know what she felt in that moment, because the feeling could be whatever, and that's how she described it, but maybe somebody else would feel different, you know?
I mean, yeah, Beyonce said, "Make me lose my breath." She liked it. Like, so, yeah, I guess it could be a good feeling to lose your breath. Make me lose my breath. All right, sorry. See, it's getting late. It's getting late. Jason's getting slack. There's victory. Listen, there's victory in this connection, Heather. I see the Six of Wands. So, well, I shouldn't say in this connection. This connection in some way is leading you to victory, whether it's in the connection or from what you glean from it. There's victory here for you. There's other stuff too, though, that we got to talk about. Same.
Can I show her mine?
Yeah, sorry, go ahead. Yeah,
okay,
go ahead.
Okay. So the first card you're getting is take a break. It's a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Somehow, I mean, I don't know, for some reason, this is connecting to a part of you in your life that you're maybe like working yourself too hard or trying too hard. Something like that is going on that needs to be let go of. And so when you are trying to figure something out that is this intense, like if someone's like twin flame or not, am I on a twin flame? You're not, like twin flame journey or not, like that's huge. That's a big deal. So you need to give yourself time to figure it out.
Yes, and I want to say though, it is a big deal, but because it's a big deal for that very reason, it doesn't have to be pressure. You don't have to make it pressured. Like it doesn't have to be. Somebody was saying to me, like, I don't want to believe in this journey. I don't want to believe in it because it's causing me too much stress and pressure in my life. Like, don't do that. Don't believe in it then. Like, you don't have to believe in this right now, Heather. Give yourself a break from it. If you're getting pressured, what you need to do is not worry about that connection. Go do something else. Anything that's causing you pressure or stress or anxiety is not where you need to flow.
But check it out. Yeah, and then check out the rest of the reading, because this is crazy now when I'm looking at it now. So like, first of all, you get take a break, which means like take the time to like chill for a second. ask yourself truly, like go within an internal journey. Where are you being called to journey to? And then that card automatically leads to the mirror. Who or what is triggering you? And the mirror card is the twin flame card.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
I don't know.
And so look, maybe let me rephrase that. You don't need to flow away from the connection. It just doesn't have to be pressure, right? The pressure is not like, if you're feeling pressure because you're worrying about what the connection is, address that. There's something in you that needs to be addressed. That the connection itself shouldn't be causing you pressure, though. It should cause you, it does trigger things within us that need to be healed, and that's tough, and that's why there is all of that pressure. But the best way to deal with it is to recognize nothing is urgent. You don't have to do anything. You just have to flow with the universe and get on your path. You got for over here the Two of Swords.
Oh, wow.
So I think you're really avoiding dealing with it. I think you want to know, you want the information, but dealing with it is a whole nother thing. And you're just focused. You got this assessment card. It's a Seven of Pentacles. This person's just assessing, but you know what they're not doing? They're not putting the work in. You're assessing it, but you're not putting the work in. And the work doesn't have to be hard work. It's just work. It's just like spiritual work is not hard work. It's just putting in the work where necessary in your life. But you've got the Six of Wands here. So all this stuff, all this pressure, it's leading you to victory. It's leading you to something beautiful and mirroring. That's definitely a twin flame symptom. So whatever it is, it doesn't have to make you feel like this. You can choose another feeling. You can choose another thought that leads to a better feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, probably is twin souls. I'm not calling it out, but there's a lot of signs that it might be. So.
Right. Cool. Hope that resonated with you, Heather. And then Christina is our last one. So please put up your question.
Christina. Which Christina is this? Do you know?
I can check in the PayPal.
Or when she put
Galeana.
Galeana. Oh, hey, Christina Galeana. She's from my twin soul group from the last one I had.
Cool. Guidance for me right now on my life path journey.
Okay. What guidance do you have for Christina on her life path? I'm going to start this one, Jai. So Christina, bottom, you've got Knight of Pentacles. That's that energy of someone coming in, but there's slow movement right now. It's slow and steady, and that's the best kind of night. This night is earth energy, and it moves slow and steady, but it's the slowest moving, yes, but it's worth the wait. That's the caveat to that. Slow moving, yes, worth the wait, yeah. So everything that's going on in your life, Ten of Pentacles, you've got two of Pentacles and Strength, right? What's happening here is sort of balancing, making a choice, choosing how to deal with these energies, and it's leading to Six of Wands again and Ten of Pentacles. So you're on the path of abundance and victory. You're on that path in your journey, in your singular journey, and in your twin journey. You guys, I feel like even though you're not in union, you guys are like this. You're moving in the same direction at the same pace already, right? It's very harmonious to me in separation, wherever it's at. But there's definitely some things behind you in your past. There's some unsteadiness. And I think one of you or both of you is looking back too much on that energy of rocky waters, right? So try to really let that past go, shut and lock the door behind you guys in the past, and really focus right now in the immediate present. Focus on the present, be present, and focus on what you've got to deal with there, which is for you, there's some emotions trying to come up that you just need to let them come up and release them. And that's going to help you come into balance and sort of tame that frustration, maybe that resentment you're feeling. There's a little bit of that here for you. Maybe not a lot. You may be like, I'm not resentful. Well, a little bit you are, or I wouldn't be feeling it. You're a little bit resentful of something, and it's got to do with the past. I don't know what it is. There's something in the recent past that you're still a little resentful of. Let that go, because it's going to help you get really quickly to this beautiful energy. So deal with it, feel it, recognize why you feel that somewhere inside, and then try to let it go. I don't know if it's towards your twin or towards someone else connected to your twin. I think it's someone else connected to your twin that you feel this for. That's what I've got coming through pretty clearly from spirit.
That's crazy. You got against the grain. Again, the friction energy is coming in. However, that's not like the main reading. The main reading is this, and it's actually really beautiful. This first card is what is already with you. And you see these hands and these butterflies like coming out of the hands. It's like this transformative energy, which is also gentle, is with you. And you have to connect, you have to realize what are like, what's it's saying is like, what are your gifts? What are you here to bring forth to the world? What is already with you that you can express? And somehow, at some point soon or this month, you're going to have to take a leap of faith. And trust the universe is going to catch you.
100%. And when you do that leap of faith, at the point when you're ready to take that leap of faith, you're going to know, because all of your emotions are going to well up and you're going to have clarity of emotion. You're going to have emotional clarity at that moment that this is the time, this is the moment. I can see it in that full moon surrounding her head. That's like an orb behind her head. And it's all about all of those emotions have come up from your heart space. And the reason it's surrounding her head is because you're so aware, you're acutely aware in your mind of what you need to do. She will know. She will know when it's time.
Beautiful. Yes.
Beautiful energy. Yeah, let go of that stuff though from the past. Let go of that stuff from the past. That's causing you that friction Jai was showing in that picture, or that resistance. That's a big thing. Even though it's a small feeling, it's a big issue. You got to let it go.
Cool. Thank you guys.
Thanks, Christina. Thank you guys. We really appreciate you guys being here and supporting and loving and sending the good vibes. It was fun. It was draining, but it was fun. It always is.
Yeah. Thank you so much, you guys. We'll be doing this again soon.
Very soon.
If you guys do want to follow me on my channel, that would be awesome. I just put up a comment. I can put up a couple more emojis, but we are going to get going.
Follow Jai.
Hope you guys have a good night.
Hasta pronto.